Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sacred Season Healing. My name is Marjorie, and today we're going to be talking about the root chakra. We'll look at it through the lens of tarot. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us, and if you've been returning for these chakra healing readings, I'm grateful to have you here again. Today's reading is intended for the collective, so take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't. Trust your own intuition above all else. These messages are meant to provide guidance, clarity, and support for your own healing journey. Okay, before we begin, let's take a slow, deep breath together. Inhale peace and stability, and exhale any stress, fear, or tension you've been carrying. Allow yourself to become present in this moment. Okay, I'm going to begin by explaining what the root chakra, where it's located, and the energy that we experience in daily life from our root chakra. And then also when it's in balance, how it plays out in our lives as opposed to when it's out of balance or blocked, and how that may be playing out in your lives. So if you're already familiar with this, you can look in the description box below for the timestamp for when I just jump right in then and begin the tarot reading. Okay, so let's get started. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine. It is the foundation of our entire energy system, and it governs our sense of safety, security, stability, and survival. The root chakra is connected to our basic needs, things like shelter, finances, physical health, family, home life, and our ability to feel grounded and supported in the world around us. When the root chakra is balanced, we tend to feel secure and stable, we're confident, and we're connected to the present moment. We trust that our needs will be met, and we're able to move through life feeling rooted and supported. When the root chakra becomes blocked, however, we may experience fear or anxiety. We can become insecure. We could have financial worries or instability, just difficulty trusting life, or a feeling that the ground beneath us is constantly shifting. Sometimes we may feel disconnected from our bodies even, or overwhelmed by stress, or stuck in like survival mode, right? So because the root chakra is our energetic foundation, when it's out of balance, it can affect the flow of energy throughout all of the other chakras as well. Today we're going to ask Spirit to show us what is currently blocking the root chakra for the collective, what is causing that blockage, Spirit's guidance on how we can heal the blockage, and how we can integrate that healing into our daily lives, okay? So let's go ahead and see what messages Spirit has for us today, okay? Okay, I'm going to start by asking Spirit, please show us the current blockage within the root chakra for the collective. Please show us the current blockage in the root chakra for the collective, Spirit. Thank you. Let me shuffle this a couple of times. Again, while you're waiting, you can take some deep breaths, inhaling that stability and trust in yourself, feeling safe, and exhaling any instability that you're feeling or fears. Okay? Okay, Spirit, please show us the current blockage within the root chakra for the collective. What is currently blocking the root chakra for the collective, Spirit? Thank you. Please show us the current blockage in the root chakra for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. We'll finish going through the deck. See if there's anything else Spirit would like to show us. Nope. Okay. So what came out is the Queen of Cups as the blockage. Okay. Next, we're going to ask Spirit what is causing this blockage. Spirit, what is the cause of this blockage in the root chakra within the collective? What is causing this blockage within the root chakra, within the collective, Spirit? Please show us. Thank you. What is the cause of this blockage for the collective? Thank you, Spirit. Let's finish going through. If there's anything else, please show us, Spirit. Anything else for the current blockage? Thank you. Okay, first the Two of, oh, there was another card behind it. The Two of Pentacles and the Lovers came out. And then following that is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, as the cause for the blockage. Now we'll ask Spirit to please guide us, and guide the collective of how they may begin healing this blockage. How can we heal this blockage, Spirit? Please guide us. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. How can the collective begin healing this blockage? Please show us clearly. Thank you, Spirit. Let's keep going until we get to the end of the deck here. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you would like to show us? Okay. How does the collective begin healing this blockage? Okay, I see the Queen of Swords. Behind that was the Ten of Swords. Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, and then the Six of Wands came out. Okay, and then the Knight of Wands. So we have quite a bit here for a suggested healing for this blockage from Spirit. Okay, now the last question we'll ask Spirit is, how can we begin to integrate this healing in our daily lives? Spirit, how can we begin to integrate this healing in our daily lives? Well, this one wanted to come out. Judgment. Okay, we'll lay it over to the side. Didn't quite turn over, but let's see what else. How can we begin to integrate this healing into our daily lives? Spirit, please show us. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to go through the deck just one more time, only because the Judgment card wanted to flip over but didn't quite. So we'll see if there's any other messages from Spirit. Spirit, can you please help the collective understand how they can integrate this healing, thank you, in their daily lives? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so first we had the Ten of Pentacles, okay, followed by the Ten of Wands, followed by the Devil. Those three cards came out together. And then we have the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. So quite a big message today. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards and put them together and go through each one and its meaning, okay, of what I'm seeing. Let's start here with the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups, she actually, well, the first thing that jumps out at me is that the root chakra is supported and supposed to be grounded in the physical world, right? Like security, finances, home, stability, just our daily routines and our survival. So the blockage, though, is showing up as the Queen of Cups, which lives primarily in the emotional realm. You know, cups are all about our emotions. So to me, this suggests that many people in the collective may be feeling emotionally connected but not secure, okay? So prioritizing everyone else's emotional needs, for example, above their own. Absorbing other people's feelings to the point that they lose their own grounding. It could be allowing emotions and fears or hopes to override practical realities. So the Queen of Cups isn't a negative card. She's loving, she's intuitive, she's compassionate, and she's emotionally aware. But the blockage comes when emotions become the foundation instead of stability becoming the foundation. Okay? So a root chakra wants to ask, is this safe? And the Queen of Cups asks, how do I feel about this? So Spirit may be saying the collective is currently leading with feelings when they need to be balancing feelings with practical reality. Okay? Now let's take a look at what's causing this blockage. We had the Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Knight of Pentacles. This feels very connected, right? Let's start with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles speaks of juggling, right? Or trying to maintain balance, managing competing priorities, and sometimes feeling overwhelmed by multiple responsibilities. So the lovers tells us that there's a major choice involved, right? A lot of time the Lovers card means that we're faced with a choice here. We need to be making a choice of some sort. It could have to do with love. It could have to do with other things as well in our lives. But many people may currently be trying to balance two paths, okay? Two paths, two responsibilities, two relationships, two jobs, or two versions of themselves, okay? And because of that choice, they're struggling to feel rooted, right? Then Spirit gives us the Knight of Pentacles, right? And it's almost like, well, let's talk about the Knight of Pentacles first. Knight of Pentacles is known to go slow, it's steady movement, but it's reliable and it's practical, right? He builds security brick by brick, okay? And the cause of the blockage may actually be that the collective knows what stable choice needs to be made, but is hesitating to fully commit to it, okay? So it's almost like Spirit saying, you cannot build a stable foundation while keeping one foot on two different paths, right? So the root chakra wants commitment. The Two of Pentacles wants flexibility. The Lovers wants a decision. And the Knight of Pentacles wants consistency. So together they create a story of someone trying to maintain balance while avoiding a choice that would ultimately create greater security. Let's talk about Spirit's guidance now for healing, okay? So we start here with the Queen of Swords, okay? She arrives first because healing begins with honesty, and that's what the Queen of Swords represents. She says, or she asks, what is true? What am I refusing to see? What needs to be cut away? She removes emotion from the equation long enough to see clarity, and to see clearly even, right? So then we move into the Ten of Swords. This tells me that part of the healing, it requires accepting an ending. You have to let go of what has already ended, right? You have to accept it and let go. There may be something the collective has been trying to keep alive long after its purpose has been served, okay? So this could be anything like a relationship, a certain belief, a fear, a pattern of yours, a version of yourself, right? The Ten of Swords says, let it be over. And then after that comes the Six of Wands, okay? Notice how the energy shifts. The Six of Wands is victory, it's confidence, it's recognition, and self-trust. The message here feels like once you stop carrying what has already ended, you'll regain your confidence. And then Spirit ends with the Knight of Wands, okay? And the Knight of Wands says, now move, take action, trust yourself, follow your passion, stop waiting for perfect certainty. The root chakra often becomes blocked when we're stuck. In the Knight of Wands, it restores movement. So to me, the healing story here, or what Spirit is suggesting for healing, is 1, see the truth and then accept the ending, reclaim your confidence, and move forward boldly. Okay? Now let's talk about how to integrate this healing daily. We had Judgment, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, the Devil, the Ace of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. This to me feels like the deepest part of the reading, okay? Judgment is Spirit calling the collective to a higher version of themselves, right? So Spirit is calling you and saying, your higher version, it's awakening. It's accountable. It's answering the call. So Spirit is saying you already know what needs to change, right? Then we see the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles, this is the life that you're trying to build. We all want to get here. This is always all of our goal. And so it stands for long-term security, stability. That's what pentacles are. Tangible things in the real world, right? So yeah, long-term stability, long-term security, family, financial abundance, lasting foundations, all of that kind of stuff. But right beside it sits the 10 of Wands, okay? So many people, this says many people in the collective may be carrying responsibilities, fears, burdens, guilt, or obligations that are making the journey harder than it needs to be. Okay? After that, the Devil shows its face, right? So the Devil often points to fear, or it could be limiting beliefs, unhealthy attachments, control patterns, scarcity mindset. I don't have enough. Or staying somewhere because it feels familiar, okay? That attachment that we can have sometimes to people, places, or things. Could be a job, could be a relationship, could be anything, right? So for the root chakra reading, the Devil can strongly represent survival fears. Fear of change, fear of loss, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of instability. Spirit seems to be saying you want the 10 of Pentacles, but the Devil keeps convincing you that you cannot release the burdens you're carrying. Then comes the Ace of Wands, okay? This is the new beginning, the spark, the opportunity, the fresh path, the inspired action. But Spirit follows it with the 9 of Wands, okay? So it means the collective is tired. You've been through a lot. Yes, look at his face. Or over here, sorry. Yeah, just it shows that you've been through a lot and you may be wounded or cautious, right? The 9 of Wands usually means wounded warrior. And you might be protective of your energy at this point. Yet you're still moving. The 9 of Wands is not you giving up. You still have it in you to keep going, okay? And then finally, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Now, this is where I think the practical advice lands, because the 4 of Pentacles says protect your energy, protect your finances, protect your boundaries, but build stability intentionally, okay? Stop giving away resources that need to support your foundation, that you need to support your foundation, okay? So overall, the message I hear from Spirit is the collective is being asked to stop allowing emotions and fear to determine their path, and instead build a foundation based on truth, commitment, consistency, and self-trust. There appears to be an important choice that many people already know they need to make. The healing begins when they honestly acknowledge what has already ended, release the burdens and fears that you've been carrying, okay? And take inspired action toward the stable future that you truly desire. The beautiful thing is that this reading ends with Pentacles, and that tells me Spirit is bringing the focus back to grounding, security, stability, right? And that's exactly what the root chakra is meant to provide. So, I hope this helped provide some clarity for you, what I'd like to do next is give you some affirmations that you might want to work with during your healing practice. Some essential oils if you like that, aromatherapy, some crystals, and some ways you can move your body to get the energy flowing through your chakras again. Okay, so let's start first with, we'll do the affirmations, okay? But again, I just want to say, I hope this reading helped provide some clarity and guidance for you today. And these are just additional tools that you can use during your healing practice, whether that looks like meditation or taking a walk every day, or just simply, sitting outside in nature, whatever that looks like to you, just some quiet time to yourself as you reflect on today's reading possibly, or just your own personal journey and situation that you find yourself in. So we'll start with the affirmations. I am safe and supported. I trust that my needs will be met. I am grounded, stable, and secure. I release fear and embrace trust. I belong exactly where I am. I am connected to the earth and supported by life. I have a strong foundation beneath me. I am worthy of security, abundance, and peace. Okay? So some crystals that are really good when you're working with your root chakra. You might want to work with red jasper. That's grounding, stability, endurance. Black tourmaline. That's for protection and energetic boundaries. Smoky quartz. It releases fear and stress. Hematite. Grounding and balance. And then garnet. It's for vitality, courage, and strength. Okay? Essential oils you might want to work with. Lavender. It's very calming and soothing. Cedar wood is grounding and stabilizing. Patchouli, or patchouli, I don't know how to say this, Patchouli, that promotes feelings of security and connection to the earth. Vetiver, Vetiver, it's often called the oil of tranquility and grounding, okay? And then frankincense, it supports mindfulness and spiritual connection while remaining centered, okay? Now let's talk about some movements that you could possibly integrate into your healing practice if you wish. Walking barefoot on grass or soil, nature walks and hiking, strength training and weightlifting, squats, lunges, and leg focused exercises, okay? You might want to try yoga poses such as mountain pose or warrior 1, warrior 2, and child's pose. If you're not familiar with what those are, you can always look them up on the internet or in YouTube. You may want to dance with an emphasis on feeling your feet connected to the ground even. Okay, those are all ways we can get that energy moving through our body, but there are many other ways. It's totally up to you what you prefer to do. So remember that healing doesn't happen all at once. It's a process of small, consistent steps taken each day. Okay, so be patient with yourself, honor where you are in your journey, and trust that every step you take toward healing is creating a stronger foundation for your future. So in closing, I would like to thank you all for joining me here today. I hope that I truly hope that this reading brought you some clarity, okay? Or maybe some guidance and encouragement on your healing journey. Remember that healing is not about perfection, it's about progress. Just be gentle with yourselves as you work through any fears, challenges, or uncertainties that may be coming up for you right now. Trust that you are building a stronger and more stable foundation with every step you take. And if this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Feel free to share your experiences, insights, or any messages that stood out to you from today's reading. I'd love to hear back from you. If you enjoyed this video and would like to support the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when I upload future chakra healing tarot readings, okay? Thank you again for being here. Until next time, take good care of yourself, stay grounded, trust your inner wisdom, and remember that you are supported. I'm sending you lots of love, light, healing, and many blessings. Bye for now.